Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and I'm glad to see you all here. My name is Paul Joseph. I've been in the fashion and beauty industry for the past 40 plus years, and I have created this channel so that I can share my experiences not only in the industry but also in my personal journey through life and this career. And I'm hoping to be of service to anyone who needs or could use what I say here or what is exposed here. If you're new, please welcome to my world. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a free and great way to support the channel. Also, be sure to check out the links in the description below. Also, I am asking for you to make comments and questions and ask me anything. If you want me to share anything with you, please let me know. So let's dive in. Thank you. Hi. So in this session, I want to talk about how do I stay motivated, or how you could stay motivated in your career. But I'm specifically going to talk about my career, the fashion and beauty industry. I would say that for starters, you need to love what you do, or have passion, interest, very big interest in what you're doing, like I did. Yes, it was a career that kind of fell on my lap. I was always creative. I showed that all my life, building things, putting things apart, designing things, and having a vivid imagination, like my teachers in elementary school would tell my mother. Vivid imagination, according to them, and I had that kind of intelligence. But anyways, when I came into the fashion industry or the beauty industry, I knew that I was going to be in the fashion industry for one way or another, and it happened to be this way. So I was very interested, especially in school, where one of the things that kept me very entertained was competition. We used to have competitions in our classes, just kind of like a final. It was kind of like a final practical test. We used to have that, and we also used to have competition island-wise. There were three major hair conventions: the San Juan Beauty Show, the Ponce Beauty Show, and there was one in Mayo West. They had different names. I know that San Juan was the San Juan Beauty Show, which was the most important one. Training and getting ready for those competitions was very, very important to me. Anyways, when I went to college, I studied architecture. I lasted there 15 minutes. Then I went into environmental design, which is another, I guess, a fancier name for interior decoration. Except that it would expand on a lot more things like textile design, ceramics, graphic arts, etc., etc. There was one course in particular that I really cared for. I didn't know what I was that I did care for it, but I didn't know how I was going to apply it to my life, which was it was called Color and Light, which was basically it talked about the theory of color in light. I'm sure a lot of us who have been in the photography or anything that has to do with photography, we've heard the term CMYK. So those are the primary colors in light: cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Printing, in the printing process, those are the colors we use. And I wish I had things to show you what they look like. I'm sure you've seen them. The other things that I kept taking classes, seminars. I enrolled in when I lived in Miami. I enrolled in the in some courses, especially fine art photography. I also enrolled in commercial photography, which it taught me how to use how to use studio lighting, and that helped me a lot with my fashion. Um, you know, like I said, conventions. I love conventions. The main ones that I went to, besides the ones in Puerto Rico, it was a New York hair show. That was, I would say, a really big one, a very important one. There was another one in Orlando. The one in Orlando was great. It was huge. Pretty much every company probably in the world used to show things there, and in the New York and in the Chicago hair show. Going and attending these things, and taking all the classes and seminars and looking at the new products and everything would be a good thing. It would motivate you to try new things, try different techniques, because they would do demos in color and styling and cutting, etc. And so that would keep me motivated, traveling. Also, magazines were, just to see where fashion was, and not only looking at the fashion, but also looking at the hair and makeup, in the photo shoots and the spreads and the stories. And the other thing was TV shows. TV shows like Project Runway, TV shows like America's Next Top Model, which, for some people, these are hokey things, because especially America's Next Top Model, because of all the drama between the models. Sure, that was fine. But I would also like to see what they did with their hair and the makeup, and listen to the critiques that they got and why they got them. That was important to me. And what else? Movies. There's a lot of movies out there that are kind of like docu-movies. For example, the September issue. It's a great documentary, because it gives you an understanding of of the fashion business, the insides of the fashion business. There was another one. There was Valentino, the Last Emperor. That was amazing. There was someone on Karl Lagerfeld. There was another one on Yves Saint Laurent, and they were all great. There's also on YouTube. There's one that's called The Hidden World of Haute Couture, which basically goes inside on the perspective of a client. What people who can't afford haute couture, and what does that mean? What does haute couture mean? And all those things for me were like I lived for all that stuff. And like I said, the magazines, anything that I can get my hands on, working in photo shoots. And like I said, I did take courses in photography. So for a little while, I became a photographer. I wasn't bad, but I don't know. It was hard to get into it. So, what else? Let's see, my bullet points. So that's about it. This is something that, I think, and today I'm really not working directly, because I'm having some health issues and physical limitations, which are temporary. So right now, but I still feeding my brain with stuff, like I'm watching reruns of Project Runway, which are keeping those creative juices alive. For a while, one of the things I wanted to be was a custom designer, or a fashion designer, and if I would have known the avenues that I could take, would have helped. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but yes, motivation and, vivid imagination is very important. So that you can, go out there and look and be very aware of things that are being shown and taught, so that you can apply them to your daily routines and your workflow. So, when I did photography, I learned to print in color. Color was exciting. That was amazing. I loved it, and that's where the color and light thing came through, because the enlargers, the color enlargers, you have to graduate the CMYK in those enlargers, and to get a perfect balance of color and get those pictures printed in the right color. So anyways, I think I've said enough. I hope you got something. If I have sparked anything in your mind about these topics, please make comments. If there was something you wanted to hear or need to hear, please ask the questions in the comments, and please check out all the links that I have in the description of this episode. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. It'll help the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.